Hey Stats class, we're going to look at how to use your TI calculator to help with some correlation questions. So the first thing you're going to want to do is press stat, go to your editor, enter just stat enter, and then you want to clear out these values and input your data. So I'm going to put these data points in. I just want to mention briefly that it says here use the first variable for the x-axis, and that's fine. But in general, you pick x as what do you think explains, which variable do you think explains the other? And by that I mean like the weight of a vehicle would explain its fuel efficiency, its miles per gallon, rather than the other way around. I wouldn't say that the miles per gallon is necessarily determining the weight, because I think of it as the weight of the object sitting there and then moving it is what's causing the work to be done, and so that's what's affecting the miles per gallon is the weight. So we typically think of x as the thing that explains y. So the way that I think through these is which would have a more explanatory relationship between these two. So x changing explains y changing. So in this case, x, it just would make more sense for x to be the weight of the vehicle. So I'm going to put these top row in for the first column. All right, now I'm going to put the bottom row into the second column. All right, once you have that, to get a scatter plot, that's one of our stat plots. So what we're going to do is press second y equals, and this is the stat plot. And we want to turn one of them on and make it the scatter plot. So I'm just going to press enter on number 1, and then I want to turn it on. I'm going to press enter here, and then I want the type to be scatter plot. If you had something else selected, you just move the left and right arrows to navigate your way through this. So there's like a modified box plot. There's a histogram. I want the scatter plot, the very first one, and then these are my, what's your x, what's your y. So L1 is my x list, L2 is my y list. If for whatever reason you've got them reversed, you can change that here. You just come down, select it, press second L2 for the list that you have, second 1 for L1 if you wanted to switch it. All right, but I'm going to go back to what I had before, second L2, second L1. Okay, and there's that. Now I'm going to press regular y equals to see if I have a graph in there, and I do. So I'm going to hit clear. You can still see my stat plot is on. I'm going to press zoom and then go down here to number 9. Now it's number 9 on my calculator. It may not be number 9 on yours. Depends on your zoom menu, but you want zoom stat. So I'm going to press enter on zoom stat. It'll find the data and it'll give me a plot of the data. And so now I can easily see that the one that matches up is this one. All right, now notice there values go from 20 to 40, 2,000 to 5,000. I can make mine match that exactly by pressing window and make my X minimum, that's horizontal, right? So I can make that be 2,000 and I can make this be 5,000. All right, and you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tick marks between the two. So I definitely don't want my X scale to be 1. So 5,000 minus 2,000 is 3,000. And then divided by the 6 tick marks would be 500 is the gap between the values. All right, my Y minimum is 20 exactly. My Y maximum is 40. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 tick marks between them. So 20, again, the gap divided by those 4 tick marks is 5. So that's this Y scale. And then I could graph it, and now it's matching this scale, matching that scale exactly. But I didn't necessarily have to do that just to match that scatter plot. All right, is there a linear relationship between them? Yeah, absolutely. A linear relationship means as one goes up, is it predictable what happens to the other variable? So as your horizontal variable, in this case the weight, as the weight increases, can we predict what's going to happen with the highway miles per gallon? And yes, so we can easily see that it's going to fall. So this is negative association or negative correlation. As one goes up, the other goes down. So definitely we're seeing that here. So as weight increases, the mileage, all right, that's what we mean by a negative correlation or negative association.